Hello students, good morning. Today we are going to see the new lesson, that is surface chemistry lesson 10. What are the topic we are going to see? First one is introduction of this topic, and the another one is what is meant by adsorption, what is meant by absorption. So first we are going to see the what is meant by absorption. What is meant by surface chemistry. So what is surface chemistry? So surface chemistry, a process takes place in the surface. So that is a solid or gas or two phases or meeting point, that is called the surface. So for example, suppose in a board on the gas or a particular point, suppose say for example here one plate is there, so the gases are, suppose this is one place, so here in this space the surface of this place containing some gases, so this is occupied, there's some gases in this surface. This is touches on the plate, this substance and the gases also meet in a particular point, that is called as interfaces. That is, we are going to see what is the interfaces, what is the area of analysis of this surface and this gases molecule, and are the solid or the gases. The two phases are intermeeting points, so that is called as interfaces. So here another one is the interface area of the analysis. So here for example, what is meant by corrosion? What is meant by corrosion? So everyone knows that is called as rusting of iron, right? That is rusting of iron. This is our example. So rusting of iron means it takes place on the surface of this iron. So that is the reason it is under the surface chemistry. So that is corrosion takes place on the surface, and also the battery on this electrolysis. So batteries, so sometimes the batteries is also decomposed. So that is, it is also deposited. This corrosion is also takes place in the deposited on the surface. So that is called as under the surface chemistry. So that is the battery corrosion. So battery and also corrosion, the rusting of iron. So this is also under the surface chemistry. So another one is catalysis. So what are the things we are going to learn in this chapter? Catalysis, colloidal property, electrode process, all the processes are involved. What are the processes are involved in the surface chemistry? These are all we are going to learn in this chapter. So what is meant by adsorption or what is meant by absorption? Say for example in corrosion. So what is takes place? It takes place on the surface. So that is called as adsorption. So only the one word will be changed. So that is, this is called as adsorption. Adsorption. What is meant by absorption? Absorption. So what is the only one letter will be changed. So this is adsorption. Adsorption means it takes place on the surface. Absorbed means it is inside the substance. So absorbed அப்படினா உறிஞ்சிருது. Absorbனா மேல மட்டும் தான் ஒட்டிட்டு இருக்குது. So that is called as adsorption and the absorption. Say for example coconut charcoal. What is meant by coconut charcoal? So அந்த சரட்டைன்னு சொல்லுவோம்ல, அந்த தேங்காய் எடுத்துட்டு அந்த சரட்டையை நம்ம கறி மாதிரி எடுத்துட்டு அந்த பவுடர் பண்ணி வச்சிட்டோம்னா that is called as coconut charcoal. So the coconut charcoal, it takes place in a closed container. So in the powder form filled with gas pressure. So suppose, so say for example, so ஒரு coconut charcoal எடுத்து ஒரு containerல எடுத்து fill பண்ணிட்டு உள்ள வந்து air கொடுத்துட்டோம். So after some times the pressure will be decreases. So what is the reason? So what is the reason the pressure with gases pressure will be reduced? Because it is absorbed on the charcoal. These gases are absorbed by this charcoal. So another one is chalk piece. So everyone know the chalk piece. Suppose நம்ம ஸ்கூல்ல பார்த்துக்கலாம், ஏதாவது இங்கு பட்டுச்சு நம்ம chalk piece னா it is absorbed on the surface. So நம்ம உள்ள உடைச்சு பார்த்தா அங்க உள்ள ஒண்ணுமே இருக்காது. So that is, it is also another surface phenomena. So the surface phenomena deep, so this is called as adsorption. Okay, so another one is what is meant by adsorption? So it is takes place in the surface phenomena. So only it is takes place on this surface. Okay, so what is absorption? It is deep into the bulk of the substance. So that is what is, this is adsorption. So next one is, it is a spontaneous process. So adsorption is a spontaneous process. What is meant by spontaneous? Automatically நடக்கும். So say for example silica gel. So silica gel, what will happen? It is the open place la eppadi vachitom appadina it is adsorbed. So water will be adsorbed on the silica gel. So the silica gel la nama konja neram appadi vachitom appadina the water vandu adu mele vandu absorb aikum. So on the surface, but here that is calcium chloride. So calcium chloride is also absorb the water, but in this calcium chloride it is absorbed inside and the water is also dissolved in that one. So that is the difference between this is adsorption. Silica gel, it is water present on the surface, but here the calcium chloride water is dissolved in it. So that is the reason this is adsorption, this is absorption. And that is next one is what is mean by adsorbent, what is mean by adsorbent. That is two things we are going to learn. What is mean by adsorbent? What is mean by adsorbent? So the reaction takes place the surface. So which substance the reaction takes place, that is called as adsorbent. So இப்போ வந்து இந்த reaction surface chemistry இந்த இதுல இந்த adsorption நடக்குதோ அதுக்கு பேர் தான் என்னது adsorbent. Say for example silica gel. Silica gel, so that is called as again, so இப்போ corrosion நடக்குது, so that is அது எங்க நடக்குது metal நடக்குது, so that is called as adsorbent. What is adsorbent? The reaction takes place, so that is called as adsorbent. So here silica gel and the metals and also colloid. These are all the examples of the adsorbent. So what is mean by adsorbate? What is mean by adsorbate? So here the substance which are getting adsorbed, so that is called as adsorbate. So the substance which are getting, so what are the things? Water, hydrogen, the gaseous molecule oxygen, nitrogen, sulfur dioxide and ammonia. Okay, so these are called the that is called as adsorbate. So what is adsorbent? The reaction takes place in the substance, that is called as adsorbent. What is adsorbate? The substance which are getting adsorbed, so that is called as adsorbate. That is what is mean by interfaces. What are the terms we are using here? That is adsorbent, then adsorbate, and another one is interfaces. What is interfaces? The meeting point. So that is the adsorbent and the adsorbate are meeting in a particular point, that is called as interfaces. Okay, that is the adsorbate and the adsorbent are meeting in a particular point, that point is called as interface. Okay, that is interface. Next one is what is meant by positive adsorption. So that is two types of adsorption is there, that is positive adsorption and negative adsorption. So that is the concentration high means that is called as positive adsorption. What is meant by positive adsorption? So here that is the concentration of this adsorbent is very high mean that is called as positive adsorption. What is meant by negative adsorption? So negative adsorption means the concentration of the adsorbed substance is low, very low mean that is called as negative adsorption. Okay, what is positive adsorption? The concentration is high. Concentration of the adsorbed substance is high. High concentration, that is the low concentration. That is called as adsorbent. So these are the introduction you are going to understand. So what is meant by adsorbent, what is meant by interface, what is meant by positive adsorption, what is meant by negative adsorption. Okay, so these are the introduction of this chapter. Next we are going to see what are the characteristics of adsorption. So next we are going to see what are the characteristics of adsorption. So first one is the characteristics of adsorption. Adsorption can occur all interfaces. So that is gaseous liquid phase, liquid solid phase, solid gaseous phase, gas solid phase and the solid phase. So these are the adsorption can occur all the interfacial surface. So next one is what is a spontaneous process. What is meant by it is a spontaneous process. So what is spontaneous process? The spontaneous process means we already know that it is always accompanied with the free energy. So that is delta G equal to 0. So that is when the delta G equal to 0, that is equilibrium will be attained. Okay. So that is we already know that what is delta G? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, right? That is called as, that is energy. So delta G. Delta G, that is called as free energy. What is delta H? So that is change in enthalpy, and delta is equal to change in entropy. So another one. So when the molecules are adsorbed, there is always decrease in the randomness of the disorder. What is entropy? That is to measure the randomness or the disorder of the molecule. So that is when molecules are adsorbed, so that delta S is less than 0. So that is the reason delta S is negative. Okay. So the delta S negative is the adsorption is exothermic. Exothermic. So that is the characteristics of adsorption. What are the characteristics? First one is adsorption can occur in the all the interfacial surface. So that is called as gaseous liquid phase, liquid solid, gas solid gaseous phase, gas solid. It is a spontaneous process. What is on spontaneous process? The spontaneous process is also accompanied with the free energy. So that is what is free energy? Delta G is equal to delta H minus T delta S, right? So again, so when the molecules are adsorbed, that is always decrease in the randomness of the molecule. So the delta S less than 0, delta S is negative. So that is, it is a, what is the negative value? Negative value means the heat will be liberated. So that is called as exothermic. What is exothermic? The heat will be liberated. So that is the another one. So next one is, what are the types of adsorption? What are the types of adsorption? So that is here two types of adsorption: physical adsorption and the chemical adsorption. Physical and the chemical adsorption. So that is what is meant by, it is depending on the nature of the force acting on the surface. So that is the adsorbent. So it is classified according to the nature of the force acting between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. So that is called as physical. And in chemical adsorption, the gaseous molecules are held to the surface by formation of chemical bond. What is meant by chemical adsorption? That is the adsorbed the molecules are held to the surface by formation of chemical bond. Formation of chemical bond. Formation of chemical bond. Okay, so this is the another one. So this, it is a strong bond and is also the mole given out a heat of the adsorption. So that is nearly 400 kilojoule heat will be liberated. The heat of absorption. Okay, that is mole is, each mole is given out as a heat of absorption, that is 400 kilojoule. So what is chemical adsorption? So that is the molecules are held to the surface by the formation of chemical bond. So that is called as chemical adsorption. So again another one is example, adsorption of oxygen on the tungsten. So example, oxygen on tungsten. And another one is hydrogen on nickel. Again, ethyl alcohol on nickel. Okay, another one is, what is meant by physical adsorption? That is physical forces such as, what are the physical forces? That is, okay, what is meant by physical adsorption? The physical adsorption, it takes place in the physical forces such as, what are the forces? That is van der Waals forces. Van der Waals forces, and another one is, that is dipole forces and the dispersion forces. These are the exist between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. Adsorbent and adsorbate. Adsorbent and the adsorbate. So these are the weak forces. When the heat is adsorbed, the adsorption is low, hence the physical adsorption can occur at the low temperature. So that is the adsorbent and the adsorbate is very weak interaction. So that is weak interaction. Okay, so that is the reason when your heat of the adsorption is low, the physical adsorption can occur at the low temperature. Okay, so this is the another one. So next one is, what are the example of this physical adsorption? That is adsorption on the nitrogen on mica. Nitrogen on mica and the gases on the charcoal. Gases on charcoal. Gases on charcoal. So these are the another thing of this physical adsorption. What is meant by chemical adsorption? That is due to the molecules are held together surface on the adsorbent and adsorbate using the bond. And what is meant by physical adsorption? That is adsorbent and adsorbates are held together by the intermolecular forces. So that is van der Waals forces and the weak forces. That this is the physical and the chemical adsorption. Next one is what are the distinction between what are the chemical and the physical adsorption. So that is the chemical adsorption is otherwise called as hemisorption. What is the chemical adsorption is called as hemisorption. Hemisorptions, that is the chemical adsorption. The other name of this chemical adsorption. And what is that is physisorption. Physisorption. What is physisorption? That is the physical. Physical adsorption is otherwise called as physisorptions. Okay. So this is what the tabular column will be given. That is the important question. What are the difference between chemical and the physical adsorption? First we are going to see what are the physical and the chemical adsorption. So it is very slow process. What are the chemical adsorption? Because of this chemical, so bonding held together by the molecule. So that is, it is a very low process. But here it is a instantaneous process. Immediate nadakkum. So that is called as instantaneous. It is very specific, depends on the nature of the adsorbent and adsorbate. What is meant by chemical adsorption? So due to the bond formation between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. So that is very specific. According to the nature of this adsorbent and adsorbate, we are adding that chemical. So that is, it is a very specific depends. But it is a non-specific. So that is, we are any open places, any substance is there means that automatically the gaseous molecule adsorb on the surface. So that is, it is a not specific. So next one is, what are the chemical adsorption? Is fast. With increased pressure it cannot alter the amount. So what is meant by chemical adsorption? Is fast. When you are increasing the pressure, so automatically the chemical adsorption takes place, but it cannot alter the amount of the substance. Okay. And another one is, what is the physisorption? When pressure increases, the extent of the adsorption increases. Say for example, இப்போ நம்ம ஒரு இடத்துல வச்சிருக்கோம், ஒரு ஸ்பாஞ்சில் வச்சிருக்கோம், இங்க இருந்து நம்ம கேஸ் பிரஷர் கொடுத்தோம் அப்படின்னா ஈஸியா இமீடியட்டா அது சக் பண்ணி எடுத்துக்கும். So that is called as physisorption. So that is the pressure we are applying, that is the increased adsorption. And another one is, when the temperature is raised, chemisorption first increases and then decreases. So what will happen? So immediately when the temperature is increased, immediately what will happen? So immediately the temperature, the molecule will be adsorbed. Okay, the temperature automatically hemisorption will take place. After then, when the temperature is reduced, automatically the substance will be automatically the bond will be reduced. So that is the another one. So the same thing, physisorption decrease with increase in the temperature. Suppose we are increasing, because it is a non-spontaneous, non-specific, is a spontaneous process. So that is, we are increasing the temperature, means the physisorption decreases. And another one is, chemisorption involves transfer of electron between the adsorbent and the adsorbate because of the formation of bonding. So that is the reason. So the adsorbent, transfer of electron between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. But here that is no transfer of electron. In the physisorption, no transfer of electron. It is only on the nature of this substance. So that is the another one. Next one is, heat adsorption is high from 40 to 400 kilojoule per mole. The heat adsorption is very high, that is 40 to 400. But here heat adsorption is very low, in the order of 40 kilojoule mole. So another one is, monolayer of the adsorbate is formed. The chemical bonding only one layer is formed between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. That is the monolayer. That is, only one layer is formed between the adsorbent and the adsorbate. But here multi-layer of the adsorbate is formed in the adsorbent. What is the multi-layer? So here suppose non-specific. இப்போ ஒரு நேரம் ஒன்று அப்சார்ப் ஆகி உள்ளே இருக்குது. ஸோ அகைன் கொஞ்ச நேரம் கழிச்சு இன்னொரு கேஸ் வருது, அதுவும் அப்சார்ப் ஆகி அடுத்த லேயரில் ஃபார்ம் ஆகுது. ஸோ தட் இஸ் automatically it is forming the multi-layer of the adsorbate, that is called as that is multi-layer of the adsorbent and the adsorbate. Next one is, adsorption occurs at the fixed site called as active center. It depends on the surface area. So what is the meaning for that? Suppose when any surface is there, means what will happen? which surface is suitable to attract that chemical substance. So that is, இப்போ வந்து ஒரு இடத்துல ஒரு சப்ஸ்டன்ஸ் வச்சிருக்கிறோம், எல்லா இடத்துலையும் போய் வந்து அந்த கெமிக்கல் ஆட் பண்ணணும், எல்லா இடத்துலையும் போய் பைண்ட் ஆகாது. ஸோ ஒரு பர்டிகுலர் பாயிண்ட்ல ஸோ எந்த இடத்துல அந்த ரியாக்ஷன் நடக்குதோ that surface is called as ஆக்டிவ் சென்டர். இப்போ ஒரு சர்ஃபேஸ் இருக்குது, இப்போ இப்படி ஒரு புக்கே இருக்குது அப்படின்னு சொன்னால் இதில் நம்ம ஒரு கெமிக்கல் ஆட் பண்ணால் எல்லாமே வந்து ஆட் ஆகாது. ஸோ இப்போ எந்த இடத்துல அந்த கெமிக்கல் இருக்கோ அதில் தான் அந்த பைண்டிங் நடக்கும். ஸோ தட் இஸ் த ரீசன் தட் பர்டிகுலர் பாயிண்ட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் ஆக்டிவ் சென்டர். இட் டிபெண்ட்ஸ் ஆன் த சர்ஃபேஸ் ஏரியா. ஸோ அது எந்த சர்ஃபேஸில் இருக்கோ, எந்த சர்ஃபேஸ் இஸ் சூட்டபிள் ஃபார் தட் கெமிக்கல், தட் இஸ் கால்ட் அஸ் ஆக்டிவ் சென்டர். It is occurs in all sides. So but the physical absorption is not like that. It is takes place in the all surface. Next one is hemisorption involve the formation of the activated complex with applicable activation energy. So hemisorption involves the formation of activated complex. So what is meant by activated complex? So first one the surface and the adsorbent and the adsorbate, first you form the activated complex. So the surface in the substance வந்து bind ஆகுதோ ஒரு activated complex because of this bond, the chemical bond, ionic bond. So due to that bond, that is because of this activation energy. இந்த reaction நடக்கணும் அப்படின்னா they need some energy. So that energy is called as activation energy. But here activation energy is insignificant. So here activation energy no need to absorb the substance and that is adsorbent and the adsorbate. So that is activation energy is insignificant. Okay, that is the important 5-mark question. What are the difference between adsorbent and the physical adsorption and the chemical adsorption, or physisorption or the chemisorption? Okay. So next we are going to see what are the factors affecting adsorption. So what are the factors affecting adsorption? First one is nature of adsorbent. What is meant by nature of adsorption? The adsorption surface, adsorption is a surface phenomena. We already know that it depends on the surface area of this adsorbent. Higher the surface area, higher the amount is adsorbed. So that is the nature of the adsorb. So the surface area is very high. Surface area is high. The adsorption is also increases. The adsorption is also increases. So that is called as nature of adsorbent. So the surface area is higher means higher the amount of adsorption. So next one is what are the nature of adsorption. So nature of adsorption, that is the gases like molecule easily liquefiable, the greater van der Waals forces of attraction. So the gaseous molecule, like what are the gaseous molecule? That is SO2, NH3, HCl. These are the easily liquefiable gases. So that is called as greater van der Waals force of attraction. That is other gas, other side. So this is the easily liquefiable gases. Easily liquefiable gases. Easily liquefiable gases are a great van der Waals force of attraction. Other side, the gases, the permanent gases like hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen. These cannot be liquefied. So these permanent gases are low critical temperature, that is the high critical, that is easily adsorbed readily. So that, and the high critical temperature are adsorbed readily. So that is at a particular temperature only these gases will be adsorbed. So that is called as nature of adsorbent. So that is the permanent gaseous molecule. But here that is easily adsorbed, that is easily liquefied gases or easily adsorb the greater van der Waals force of attraction. The other side, that is hydrogen, nitrogen, oxygen, that is cannot be liquefied easily. These permanent gases having the low critical temperature. These are the low critical temperature and adsorbed slowly. So that is the low critical temperature and adsorbed slowly. The high critical temperature means that is adsorbed readily. So that is the easily liquefied gases having the high critical temperature, but here low critical temperature. What is meant by critical temperature? The critical temperature means the temperature the gases will be liquefied. So that is called as critical temperature. that is here, that is SO2 NH3 HCl, that is easily liquefiable, that is higher critical temperature, that is adsorbed easily. But here, that is low critical temperature, it is not adsorbed readily. Okay, so this is the another one. Next one is effect of temperature. So what is meant by effect of temperature? So that is when the temperature is raised. So the next one is effect of temperature. What is the effect of temperature? That is, it is the rate hemisorption. So here, that is the chemical, in the chemical adsorption, the temperature will be increases, mean first increase the adsorption, after then decreases the adsorption. So that is the reason. So due to when the temperature is increased, automatically the chemical bonding, the molecules are held together immediately. After the temperature is reduced, automatically that bond will be reduces. So that is called as effect of temperature. So next one is effect of pressure. That is when the pressure will be increases, the adsorption is also increases. That is called as effect of pressure. The chemical adsorption is fast with increase in pressure. It cannot alter the amount of the adsorption. So that is the physisorption. The extent of the adsorption increases with increase in pressure. That is the physisorption. The pressure will be increases. That is the increase in the pressure. Okay, so this is the another one. So next one is application of this adsorption. First one is, what are the numerous applications are there? First one is gas masses. So what is mean by, so during the World War, the charcoal gas mass is employed by both the British and the Americans. So that is activated charcoal is act as a gas mass to be one of the best adsorbent. Already told, the charcoals are easily absorb the gaseous molecules. So that is during the World War time. So that is the British and Americans are used to the gaseous mask is made up of charcoal. So this is the first one. Next one is high vacuum in vessels. So that is Tail and Devore used the activated charcoal for the dehydration and also purification of gases. So that is the second one. So that is the high vacuum in vessels. So that is the charcoal can also use the dehydration of this gaseous molecule. So that is high vacuum in vessels. So here, that is the gases like oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine. These are employed in the blast furnace. Silica gel is also used for drying the air. So during the using the dehydration means that is removal of water. So dehydration and the எந்த இடத்துல வந்து water content அதிகமா இருக்கோ அதை remove பண்றதுக்கு they are using the charcoal. Another one is in the blast furnace the silica gel is used as a drying of air. Another one is the important use of adsorption is the softening of hot water. Softening of the hot water. So the softening of hot water, that is the process which adsorb calcium. So what is meant by hot water? The calcium sulfate and the magnesium sulfate ions are the calcium ion, magnesium ion present in the water, that is due to the hardness of this water. So that is this softening of this hot water. Here that is the adsorbent absorb the calcium ion and the magnesium ion and the sulfate. There is an ion exchange in this gases. So that is called as sodium aluminum silicate. So that is the what is called as zeolite. So here that is sodium aluminum silicate. So Na2, Al2, Si4, O12, that is sodium aluminum silicate. That is what is this? This is called as zeolite. So zeolite bed we are already studied. So that is zeolite is used to absorb the calcium ion and this magnesium ion. So after then it is used as a common salt. This compound will be regenerated. So that is calcium aluminum silicate ion. Okay, calcium aluminum silicate ion. So this is calcium aluminum silicate ion. Again, when we are, it will automatically react with sodium chloride. Again, it will be liberated sodium aluminum silicate. So that is after the adsorption, after the precipitation, again it will be regenerated. That is sodium aluminum silicate. So that is the zeolite bed. So that is what is the, this is also remove the softening of this hardness of this water. And another one is what is meant by ion exchange resin. So what is meant by ion exchange resin? So again ion exchange resin. What is ion exchange resin? This is also based on the process of adsorption. So what is mean by resin? So that is, it is also one chemical substance having the both the positive ion, negative ion present in the same compound. So that is called as resin. So here that is the demineralized water. This process carried out passing water through the two column cation and the anion. So that is the ion exchange resin is nothing but is a chemical substance having the cation and the anion. Say for example RSO3H plus it is also minerals in water. So what are the minerals? Calcium and the magnesium ions. Okay. So here this is also resin of this mineral. That is, it will combine with this. So here again it will be regenerate. So what is mean by resin? Again, once again I writing here, that is nitrogen R1, R2 and R3. That is 3 molecule and R4. This is called as resin. This is N plus ion and the OH minus ion. That is that I told. So that is positive cation and the anion. Both the ions are present there. Here again minerals in water, SO4 2 minus. Okay. So this is also combined with resin with minerals. So again it will be combined with this. So both the molecule, right? That is nitrogen R1, R2, R3, R4 plus Cl minus, SO4 2 minus plus OH minus. Okay, so this is the, so next one is fifth one is what are the application of this? Again another one is petroleum refining and the refining of vegetable oil. So the silica gel are used in the refining process. That is the purification of this vegetable oil. Refining of vegetable oil. So that is purification of silica gel, or silica gel can be used for the purification of the vegetable oil. Another one is the decolorization of the sugar. Decoloration of sugar. So what is mean by decolorization? So that is when we are the cane juice, that is molasses. Molasses is obtained from the, so that is the so from the sugar cane. So that is the sugar cane we are obtained from this the molasses. That is also, so first time it is in a dirty in color. So that is the pale yellow color. That is, it is removed using the animal charcoal. That is the decolorizing of the material. Decolorization of the sugar mean that is impurities, removal of colored impurities by adding the animal charcoal. So that is the another one. So next one is chromatography. What is mean by chromatography? We already studied in 11th standard, right? What is mean by chromatography? That is stationary phase, the solid phase, adsorption. That is also under the principle of the adsorption. This is also very effective, used for the identification, detection and estimation of the many substances. So this is also in a micro quantity. So that is the substance வந்து எந்த சைஸ்ல இருக்கோ, so அதை பொறுத்து நம்ம adsorption நடக்கும். That is called as chromatography. Okay, so next one is, so that is catalyst reaction. What is mean by catalyst reaction? So here that is catalyst is the important process. So here Haber's process, the catalytic process, the branch of surface chemistry, it is also using the adsorption of the surface phenomena. So first one is, what are the Haber's process? We already studied. What is Haber's process? Nitrogen and 3 molecule of hydrogen in the presence of nickel, that is iron catalyst to form the ammonia. So here their iron is a catalyst and molybdenum is the promoter. What is mean by promoter? The word is promoter to enhance the reaction rate. So that is what is mean by catalyst. What is mean by catalyst? So catalyst mean only the speed up the reaction, does not alter the reaction. So catalyst அப்படிங்கிறது reaction வந்து speed பண்ணும். So not initiate. So start பண்ணாது, ஆனா the reaction வந்து slowவா நடக்கிறத faster நடக்க பண்ணும். So that is called as catalysis. So in this process, that is Haber's process, the synthesis of ammonia, nitrogen and hydrogen to form ammonia, the iron is used as a catalyst. Here the molybdenum is used as the promoter. So again another one is the vegetable oil, the purification, dehydrogenated vegetable oil. vegetable oil plus hydrogen. The nickel is used as a catalyst. So that is the vanaspati. The nickel is used as a catalyst. And another one is qualitative analysis. What is meant by qualitative analysis? So salt analysis. So whether it is present or not. That is a salt analysis. That is decolorization according to the ammonium hydroxide. That is the aluminum reagent. So we are already studied the salt analysis. So that is the blue litmus solution is added to the aluminum ion. Red coloration is C. So that is the blue litmus solution. The blue color solution, we are adding the Al3 plus ion. What is the color changes? That is the red color. So that is it is the adsorb on the surface. So that is also use the qualitative analysis. Next one is most of the drugs are causes adsorption on the body tissues. So in medicine, most of the surface in our body, it is also adsorb on the surface of the body tissues. And another one is concentration of ores and minerals. So that is, we already studied the froth flotation process. What is meant by froth flotation process? That is the concentration of ore. What is meant by concentration of ore? That is the purification of this ore. Concentration of ore. Concentration of ore, that is the purification of ore. Purification of ore, we are adding the sulfide ore, that is using froth flotation process. What is froth flotation process? When your sulfide ores are purified using the froth flotation process, when you are adding the pine oil, it will some foaming agent. What will happen? The foam is raised on the surface of this container. So the ores are stick on the froth. So after then it is concentrated. So that is called as concentration. This is also adsorbed phenomena. So next one is mordant and dyes. Mordant and dyes. What is meant by dyes? So that is in the modern world, that is fabrics. The fabrics is also, that is the dyes also adsorb. So நம்ம துணியில வந்து பாக்கும்போது ஒவ்வொரு color. So this is also adsorb on the surface. Dyes also adsorb on the surface of the fabrics. Another one is adsorption of the indicator. Adsorption indicator. These also the precipitation, that is end point is also indicated, the external indicator, the changes of the colors getting the adsorbed on the precipitate. Okay, so this is also another application. Okay, that's all about this application of this adsorption. Okay, that's all about this. We continue the next video. Okay, thank you children.